Hey guys, good morning. Guys, if you can see my screen, just type S in the chat box so that we can get started. Great. Thanks for the confirmation. So guys, let's continue with the thing that we have started yesterday. That is automating the simulation of mouse and keyboard events using actions class. So whatever the remaining topics are there, I'm going to cover. So let's begin, guys. So for that, I'll just go to the notes and open the notes here from the group. Just give me a second. I'll open the notes. So handling mouse and keyboard events using actions class. So already we covered all this stuff. Go to element, click, perform, build methods, drag and drop by is also completed. Context click is completed. We did a lot of R&D around context click and Now I'm going to demonstrate double click for you. Right. So I think Nigora has already done the program here. In here, somewhere here. Yeah, she already posted the program. We'll see after the session. We'll try to solve this. We'll try to look into this program. Okay. So for now, let's continue with the session. That R&D thing that will go after the session. Okay. Fine. So double click. Demonstrate double clicking on double click text in the Omayo blogspot.com. If I take you to this omayo.blogspot.com, sorry, omayo.blogspot.com, if I take you to, and here, if you go to the web page and scroll down here, there is a text like double click. If you single click on this, nothing will happen. If you double click, drop down options will come. You see, if I single click, nothing will happen. If I double click on this, drop down options will come. So what is the proof that we have double clicked on this particular text? When I double click, these options will come. That is a proof. So let me automate this. Let me automate this double click operation. Okay, so if I double click on this using by automating the simulation of mouse double left click if I am automating, if you are getting these options means double click has been performed on this particular text. That is a proof. So for that, I'll open the Eclipse IDE and use one of the commands of actions to double click. The name of the command here we have already, I mentioned here, is nothing but double click is a straightforward name. So for that, we need Eclipse IDE. Let me launch Eclipse IDE. Didn't launch. Let me launch. So guys, meanwhile, anyone from the previous batches want to get updates, right? Join this group, guys. Join this group. I've already posted this. But if you want again, I can post it again. Invite, copy link. So anyone from the previous batches want to get the updates from the today onwards, I'll give the updates for the batch 2 here. If you want to receive the updates for the batch 2, including assignments and all, okay, you can. Okay, so batch 2 updates for previous batches. Somewhere here I mentioned. Reply. Okay, the same thing I'm just copy pasting. So you can join that group, guys. For previous batch members to get updates of batch 2, use this Telegram group to join, because for batch 2 there is a separate separate Telegram group. But if you also want to get from previous batches, anyone in the going ahead also they want to get the updates from the previous previous batches members want to get the updates from the batch 2, or tomorrow batch 3 may start. Okay, so I'll keep creating such kind of Telegram groups. where you can get the updates from the current batch for the previous batch members. So here I'll create a class. I'll just name this as double click demo. Double click demo main method finish. Okay. Now here I'm going to write the code, that is Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Then Ctrl Shift O, then driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get. I'll give the application URL of the application where I want to perform the double click on one of the element and provide the application URL. After providing the application URL, I'll go to that particular element and right click here and select inspect option. When I inspect that option here, I'll get the ID, copy this ID, come back here, write down driver dot find element by dot ID, provide the ID locator of that double click option. Double click option is equal to, hover the mouse on this and simply say create local variable. Double click option came. Now I just need to simply say double click. Okay. What I have to do on the double click option, actions is equal to new actions. I need to create an object for the actions class to call the double click method. Ctrl Shift O. And then here we have to pass the driver. And then actions dot double click. There is a command known as normal double click is a double click of web element. What is the difference, guys? Which one I have to choose for now? Double click or double click on the web element? Which one I have to choose, guys? Tell me. They have to choose double click or double click on the web element in this context. Which one I have to choose out of this both? Double click on web element. Yes, correct. If you say double click means it will double click on the top left corner of the page, guys. Okay, it will double click on the top left corner of the page. If you really want to double click on an element, you have to select the another overloaded method of double click of web element. Copy this. You see, like this, Selenium also is following some overloading concepts, right? Overloading of methods concept where you can use a simple double click without any argument, or you can use a double click with zero parameters. Dot perform. Now run the script and see that if that options are coming under the drop down field, if the options are coming means double click has happened. Okay. The Selenium automation script using the double click command has double clicked on the double click option link. The script has started, guys. The script has started. Just see whether double click is happening on the button or not. It has happened already. Just scroll down a bit. You see the options have come. That means double click has been performed. Double click has been performed on this link. This is a proof that if these options are coming means double click has been performed. Okay. So that proves that double click has been performed, guys. So hope guys you understood how to use double click. How to use double click is clear. Everyone, if double click is clear, just type C in the chat box so that we'll continue. Great. Okay. Now let's move on to the other one, that is click and hold, move to element and release. Click and hold, move to element and then release. So this is a command. These are three commands actually, not one command. So click and hold is one command, move to element is another command, and release is another command. So here we have the application URL on which we are going to perform this sample application where we can perform this, guys. Okay, let's close this for a while. I want to, let's say Oslo, I want to put on to Norway. Okay. Norway is a country and Oslo is a capital. Okay, like that. Okay, Norway is one of the country and Oslo is a capital. Okay, for what is the capital of Italy, guys? Tell me guys, what is the capital of Italy? What is the capital of Italy? Anyone know? Yes. It's very easy, right? You can see these options here. One of the option is there in that answer. Okay. What is the capital of Italy? Like this. Okay, we can do like this. Then what about United States? What is the capital of United States? Yeah, Washington. We can learn something new here, right? So now it will be tough. What is the capital of Sweden? What is the capital of Sweden? Anyone know? Anyone know what is the capital of Sweden? Stockholm? Right. If this many people audience poll is coming, I don't know, but I am just trusting you guys. Okay. Fine. South Korea, Seoul. Okay, great. Then Spain, Spain. Anyone know Spain? Madrid is a Spain for? Okay. Okay, then Denmark, the remaining, Copenhagen, Denmark. These are the way we have to automate this application, right? So we have to drag on the respective things. You have to help me again. I may forget again, guys. Okay. So few things I remember, but in these three things, Sweden, Stockholm, Denmark, Copenhagen, Spain, Madrid, and South Korea, Seoul. Okay. Remaining, I think it's kind of clear for me. So anyhow, we'll try to automate this part. Whatever I have done here, let's automate that so that we can learn that commands in a proper way. I'll go to this and create a new class and write down here what are the commands I want to demonstrate now. Click and hold, move to element and release. Click and hold, click and hold, move to element. Three commands this, release, release, demo. Okay, three commands I'm going to use with the main method I'm going to create this class with. And inside the main method, I'm going to write the code Chrome driver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Then Ctrl Shift O. Then here driver dot manage dot window dot maximize and driver dot get. Provide the application URL. Come back here and copy this application page URL. I'll refresh this for a while. Put that here. After pasting that application URL, after going to that particular page, now what I want to do next is, I would like to, move this Oslo onto Norway, and that I have to get started. For that, I'll inspect this Oslo option. And create the web element for that. Box one is ID for the Oslo option. I'll simply write down driver dot find element by dot ID. Here I'll provide the ID of that Oslo option, that is box one, Oslo capital. Pour the mouse on this and create local variable. Yeah, the next one, where I want to move the Oslo onto. I want to move the Oslo onto Norway. I'll inspect this Norway. So here we have an ID box 101, that is Norway country. Driver dot find element by dot Norway by dot Norway. Sorry, by dot ID. By dot ID. So happens box 101. Norway country is equal to. Over the mouse on this, create a web element. Now I want to move Oslo onto the Norway country. For that to happen, what I have to do? I have to use actions class. Actions is equal to new actions. Actions is equal to new actions. And here I have to pass the driver and say Ctrl Shift O. Actions will be imported from interactions package of Selenium library. Then I have to say actions dot click and hold. click and hold. Have to take click and hold or click and hold web element in this case. Here we have source element and destination element. So here in this case, we have to use click and hold normal one or click and hold web element. Web element I have to choose. Okay. Click and hold the web element. You have to take overload method. And here you have to click and hold the Oslo and then move to element dot move to element have to use move to element to Norway country we have to move and then I have to release that dot release I have to release a web element or release which one we have to use release a web element. Okay, release a web element which element we have to release Oslo capital we have to release which web element we have to release click and hold the Oslo capital that Oslo capital you have to release right click and hold the so this is what we are trying to do click and hold the Oslo, move on to the Norway, and what I have to release, Oslo I have to release. Got it? That's why I have written like this. Dot build dot perform. Okay, dot build dot perform. That's it. That's the script. Now let's see whether the things are happening or not. Dot build dot click. Yeah, this looks good. Right click, run as Java application. After the page loads, Oslo need to be click and hold. Okay, what is the problem here, guys? Click and hold, move to element and release. We are wrong, maybe. Here we have to release on to Norway. We have to think like that. Maybe we have to think it wrong. We should not be releasing Oslo city, Oslo capital. We have to release that onto Norway country. Let's try that. Or we have to simply say release or something. Click and hold release may be working. But let's see. I don't remember this. It's been a long time. I have used this command. I'll try all the possibilities. Which one will work? We'll see. After the page loads, click and hold Oslo, release onto Norway. Yeah, this is working. Click and hold, move to element and release. He is working actually. So let's go and see the notes a bit. Here we have the things. How did I use? I didn't use anything here. What if I use the normal release command without Norway country? Let's see what will happen. Right click run as Java application. I just want to experiment with all the varieties. Click and hold the Oslo capital, move to element and Norway country release means it will release the Oslo onto the Norway or not. Let's see. Or we have to specially say release onto Norway country. Yeah, this is working fine, guys. Normal release command is okay. You don't have to specify anything inside this release command. Click and hold the Oslo capital, move to element is Norway country, and then release. This normal release is okay. Okay, I don't remember that, so I forgot, but you have to use the normal release command to release whatever that is. Click and hold it. Similarly, we have to do a lot of stuff here so that I'll create the web elements for them. I'll create all the web elements for them. I'll create the web elements for them. Next one I'll try is Rome onto the Italy. I'll inspect the Rome. Yeah, Nigora, will come to that later. I'll tell you the easiest way. That is drag and drop. That you are right. Instead of this, you can still use drag and drop. But we are going the hard way first. After that, we'll go to the, because the next topic is drag and drop only. Okay. Instead of using these three commands, we can use drag and drop, guys. Okay. But for now, we'll go with the hard way and we'll simplify the process with the help of drag and drop. That's what my thing, like, instead of using these three commands, all these three commands can be performed by drag and drop only. Single command can do that. So click and hold, move to element and release. Instead of that, you can simply use drag and drop, but we are going the hard way. No problem, Nigoro. That's okay. You are able to guess it. That's okay. Yeah, fine. Then next one is we'll complete this. We'll go the hard way first. Basically, we have to learn the things in a difficult process first, and then we have to use a sophistication kind of stuff. Okay, so inspect this, and here I'll take the box 6 as the box 6 for room. So here I'll write down driver dot find element by driver dot find element by dot id. Simply I'll say for room I'll say box 6 room option room capital room capital room capital is equal to over the mouse on this and create web element and simply write down Rome and Italy. I'll inspect Italy here. Italy is coming as what? Box 106. Copy this 106 and simply write down driver dot find element by dot id. Provide the ID locator of Italy. So Italy country is equal to for the mouse create web element. Then next one, once Rome is moved to Italy, then what we have to do? United States, Washington will say ID box 3, write down driver dot find element by dot ID, provide the ID locator here, put a semicolon here, and then what is that ID? ID of box 3, that is Washington, I guess. Yes, right? Yeah, box 3 is Washington. I'll simply say Washington capital is equal to for the mouse create local variable web element will be created and it has to go on to United States. So I'll inspect the United States here, inspect that. And here we have the box 103, copy that box 103 and write down driver dot find element by dot ID, provide the ID of the United States box country, box 103. Simply write United States demo, country is equal to, hover the mouse on this, create the web element. Then after that, once a Washington moves on to the United States, what was the South Korea one? Seoul, right? Seoul, right. So inspect the Seoul. And here box 5 is coming for Seoul, capital Seoul. So driver dot find element by dot ID of the Seoul, Seoul, capital is equal to create the web element here. Then write down here Seoul and South Korea. Inspect the South Korea thing, ID, and here write down driver dot find element by dot ID, provide the ID locator. Then here we have South Korea is equal to South Korea country is equal to over the mouse on the South Korea and say create local variable. Then Seoul will go to South Korea. Then Sweden, Stockholm. Inspect this Sweden thing. Stockholm thing. Stockholm box 1, box 2 is there. Copy this box 2. Stockholm. Driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of that and simply write Stockholm capital is equal to Sweden. Driver dot find element by dot ID of the Sweden. I would write the ID of the Sweden. Mostly box 102 will be there. Yes, box 102. Copy this. Now here write down the box 102 and simply write down Sweden country equal to. Pour the mouse on the Sweden and create web element. Then next is Spain and Denmark. Denmark, Madrid, right? Is that correct or? Okay, Denmark, Copenhagen. Okay. Spain is Madrid then. Okay. Find Copenhagen. We'll inspect the Copenhagen. Inspect that. We can easily find out box 4 is there. What about Denmark? Box 104 is there. So Copenhagen is the right answer. Copy this box and write down here driver dot find element by dot id. Provide the id of the at Copenhagen. Sorry. Copenhagen capital is equal to Copenhagen for Denmark. Then write down here, inspect the Denmark and see box 104, Denmark, country is equal to driver dot find element by dot id. Next example, it will be very easy. It won't take much time because we already have created the web elements. So hover the mouse, create web element. Then next one, Madrid, last option, that is box 7. That is Madrid capital for driver dot find element by dot id. Provide the id locator of that box 7 has come over the mouse, Madrid capital web element. And finally, we have the Spain, inspect this Spain. And we have box 107, copy that box 107. Driver, that is Spain country. Spain country is equal to driver dot find element by dot id locator of that Spain country, and put a semicolon, create the web element. Now it's very easy for us to do all this stuff. You can copy paste this line if you want. Actions dot click and hold Rome capital and move to element for Italy country and say dot release dot build dot perform. The next one, what is the next one? We have to do this 6 times. I'll copy paste this line so that I don't have to type again and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think so. After Rome, we have Washington capital. We'll move that on to United States country. And then Seoul capital. We want to move that to South Korea country. Then we have Stockholm capital. We want to move that into the Sweden country. Then we have Copenhagen capital that we want to move to Denmark country. There is one more thing required. So copy this, paste it here just to save the time. Madrid capital. I want to move to Spain country. That's it. Now let's see whether things are happening or not. Let's run the script and see whether what is happening. Let's see. Any mistake I have done? Not required. Not required. We can see that clearly. Sleep is not required. So let me run it again so that you can see it's happening. That's not a big deal. Sleep is not required. You can clearly see what is happening on the screen. It's a bit fast. That's okay. That's okay to be fast. By the time it drags and drop, after the page loads, Oslo will go on to Norway. Yeah, Rome. You see? Rome, Oslo, Seoul, Washington, Stockholm, Copenhagen, and Madrid. Okay, clear everyone? Clear with this? Clear with this click and hold, move to element and release is clear for everyone. Just type C in the chat box. Great. So instead of using this click and hold, move to element and release, we can simply use a single command known as drag and drop. You don't have to work hard this much. So I'm going to demonstrate that as part of another class, but I'll copy paste most of the stuff. Drag and drop. Drag and drop demo I'm going to demonstrate now. And in this drag and drop, I'm going to copy paste most of the things. Inside the main method, I'm going to copy paste most of the things. All these web elements I'll copy paste up to here. Up to this I'll copy paste for now. Sorry, somewhere I posted. Yeah, after this, I'll create an object for the actions class. Actions is equal to actions is equal to new actions. Driver, Ctrl Shift O, then use actions. Actions dot, instead of using click and hold, move to element and release, right? I can simply use a simple command known as drag. Earlier I covered drag and drop by, right? You were asking me what is the difference between drag and drop by and drag and drop. In drag and drop by, only one source element will be there. You want to move that element horizontally or vertically down, that X offset, Y offset I covered, right? If you want to move this element horizontally or vertically is something you have to see with drag and drop by. But here coming to drag and drop, here source element will be there, target element will be there. If you want to move one element onto another element, you have to use drag and drop. The way we have used click and hold, move to element and release, right? The same thing drag and drop does, where two elements will be there. Source element need to be, that is capitals need to be dragged onto the countries, right? Such kind of situations we have to use drag and drop or drag and drop by. What we have to use, guys? Such situations we have to use drag and drop or drag and drop by. For moving the capitals to the countries or source element to the destination elements, which one we have to use? Drag and drop or drag and drop by? Drag and drop, right, correct. Drag and drop. Here it will ask you for the source element and destination. Dot perform, you say every time end the command, drag and drop command with perform, because only one command is there. That's okay to use perform. Oslo, we have to drag and drop onto the Norway country. Similarly, actions dot drag and drop command. Then Rome capital, you have to drag onto the Italy country, which is simple, guys. Click and hold, move to element and release is simple, or drag and drop is simple. Which one is simple? Click and hold. In the previous example, I covered click and hold, move to element and release. That one is easy, or drag and drop is easy. So better directly go with drag and drop, guys. Why to go with that mode? That's only for learning purpose. That is only for learning purpose I covered, but in real time, we are going to use drag and drop, which is a straightforward version. Washington capital, I would like to move on to the United States. So dot perform, okay. Then actions dot drag and drop. Then Seoul capital, I would like to move to South Korea country and say dot perform. Okay, then actions dot drag and drop. Stockholm capital, we can move on to the Sweden country and say dot perform. Then actions dot drag and drop. Copenhagen capital, we can move that onto the Denmark country. Dot perform. Then Madrid capital, last one, actions dot drag and drop. Madrid capital, I would like to move on to the Spain country and say dot perform. Now run this code to see whether the same activity is happening or not. The one that we have done with the click and hold, move to element and release, right? The same thing should be done here. With a simple drag and drop command, we should get the same result. Let's see what will happen. Oslo should move on to the Norway. After the page loads, action will start. Page is still loading, guys. We have to wait. Rome need to go to Italy. Washington need to go to United States. Seoul needs to go to South Korea. Yes, Stockholm, Sweden, Copenhagen, Denmark, Madrid, Spain. Everything is working fine. So guys, clear with the drag and drop command. Which one is easy? Drag and drop command is easy. So if it is clear, just type C in the chat box. Just type C in the chat box if it is clear so far. Guys, just type C in the chat box if that is clear.
Only perform is enough. Build out perform is not required.
Not required because only one command, right? Drag and drop is only one command.
Okay, if there are multiple commands,
Multiple
then we need to
commands,
write.
even dot perform will work most of the cases, but it's better to provide dot build dot perform as a best practice. Okay, you are building the multiple commands, you are building the multiple commands and then performing. That's the meaning of build. You are building these multiple commands together and then performing. Okay, so sometimes if you remove the dot build also, it may work, but I don't recommend that. Okay, so maybe in the latest versions of Selenium, it's working. So in the older versions, it's used to give errors, but now in the latest version, it's working despite of that. But it's better to build and perform no matter what. The command is there, let's use that, okay? Multiple commands, build and perform, single command dot perform. Clear? It is an asynchronous activity. I don't think so that's an asynchronous activity. I don't think, Kumar, it is an asynchronous activity. Why? Because if I open this and see that, the page is loading, all the elements are already there. Okay. So here, once the page is loaded, new elements are not coming, right? Existing elements only we are working. Existing elements only we are working. So I don't think this is a problem. Got it? It's not an asynchronous activity, Kumari. The elements, that is capitals are countries are loaded along with the page. So it's a synchronous only. Is that clear, Kumari? When we say asynchronous, when new options come without the page loading, that is asynchronous. Okay. So dynamically, without the page loading, some elements are coming, that is asynchronous. But like this, it's not asynchronous. Okay. This is synchronous only because the capitals and countries are coming when the page loads. Fine. Drag and drop is completed. Then we are going to automate the keyboard events. Keyboard events we are going to automate, guys. So okay, I'll do one thing. I'll take you to this application, tutorialsninja.com/demo. And on this application, we are going to navigate to the login page. In the login page, I'll click on this. Initially, I'll click on this email address and initially I'll enter the email address here. After that, I need to press the tab key. I need to press the tab key here. Then I have to enter the password. Then press the tab key. Again, press the tab key. The control will go on to the login and press enter key. This is what I want to do. So I'm trying to automate the simulation of the keyboard events. Can you see that, guys? After I go to the login page, what I want to do? First, I want to enter the email address, amoturi@gmail.com. After that, I would like to press which keyboard key? Which keyboard key I want to press to go to the password field, guys? Tell me which keyboard key? Yes, tab. When you press tab key, what will happen? The cursor is now blinking in which field? Password. At that time, I will enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the password field. After that, I have to go to the login button. Without using my mouse, I want to go to the login button. Again, I have to press what? Tab key. First time when I press the tab key, the control is going where? Can you tell me where is the control going? First I press the tab key from password field to which field it is going. The first time when I press the tab key in the password field, the control is going to which field? Tell me, guys. In the chat box, you can tell me. Yes, forgotten password. From there, if I have to come to the login button, from there, if I have to get the control to the login button, what I have to do? From that, I want to get the control to the login button, what I have to do? Again, I have to press the tab key. The moment I press the tab key, the control has now come to the login button. Now, if I have to click on that login button without using my mouse, which key I have to enter? Which key I have to press? Which key I have to press? Press and release. Enter key. I'm pressing the enter. The moment I press the enter key, you see login button has been clicked. This is what I want to automate. Got it, guys? What is that I want to automate is clear for everyone. What is that I'm trying to automate is clear for everyone. Yes, let's start the automation. So here we need the simulation of the keyboard keys in this activity. So here I'll write tutorials ninja keyboard keys demo. Okay. Keyboard keys automation demo also you can write. That's okay. That's okay. You can write anything. So here I'll write the code, guys, to make that happen. I'll write the code to make that happen. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Then Ctrl Shift O. Then I'll write driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get command. I'll provide the application URL here. What is the application? This application URL I'll give. And here press. Then what I have to do after going to this, I have to go to the login page. For that, I have to click on my account and select the login option. I'll inspect the my account option. I'll inspect the my account option. So here, my account text is there. I'll copy this text and create an XPath expression. Control double forward slash span text is equal to my account. I'll write. If you are good with the XPath expression, this is a benefit, guys. You already have trained you guys on the XPath expression. You can clearly see how fast I'm writing the XPath expression. You should be like this. By looking at the HTML code, you should be able to write the XPath expression. Okay. If no other element locator is there, driver.find element by dot XPath, provide the XPath expression of that. Provide the XPath expression of that my account option, my account drop menu, my account drop menu is equal to create the web element, and here write down my account drop menu dot click. Guys, is this font visible? Is that okay? Shall I go with this font? I just reduced the font a bit in the previous session. Is that font okay? Or shall I increase it? Is it okay, right? You can see now without any problem. Or if you feel that you have to increase, let me know, guys. I'll increase it. Okay, then. Any problems, you let me know, guys. No problem. At any point of time, I can change that. Fine. Anyhow, after that, I'll go with this login option, inspect that. Here we have the link text, guys. Anchor tag is there in between the anchor tag. Login text is there, means it's the link text. So driver dot find element by dot link text locator. Provide the link text locator here. Put a semicolon. And here login option from the my account drop menu. Create the web element here. Create the web element for the mouse. Create the web element and simply say login option dot click. So the moment we click on the login option, what will happen? We will be taken to which page? Login page. So click on my account, click on login option. You will be taken to which page, guys? Login page. Okay, you'll be taken to login page. Here, what I want to do, I want to inspect this email address field first of all. It has an ID. I would like to enter email address into the email address field. Driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID of the email address field. Put a semicolon here. Inspect this. I already inspected, right? So this is email address field, right? Email field, I'll say email address field or email field. So you can also say email address field also. That looks good. And duplicate same. Yeah. Over the mouse, create the web element. And what I have to do in this email address field, I want to enter the email address, a valid email address. Send keys command I'll use and put a semicolon here. A Moturi cap 3. I think this is the one at the rate gmail.com I have to give. A Moturi cap 3 at the rate gmail.com I will enter. After that, I would like to press tab key here and go to the password field. So for that to happen, to press the tab key, tab key, I'll use actions class for now. Actions is equal to new actions. Actions is equal to new actions or driver I'll pass. Without actions class also we can do this, guys. But I am explaining with the help of actions class. Ctrl Shift O, then actions dot, I'll say pass here so that it will be very fast. So I have to say pass duration dot. I'll just give 2 seconds of duration between every operation. Dot send keys. I can say send keys here, or instead of send keys, we have something like key down. Key down. Key down means pressing and holding the key. Pressing and holding the key. Keys dot which key I have to press and hold? Tab key. And which key after key down I have to say key up. We have to go with key up, where I have to say key up, keys dot tab. What will happen here? Keys will be pressed down and released. That means key press will happen. With the combination of these two things, key down and key up, you are actually pressing and release the key. Okay, you are pressing and releasing the key. Key down and key up. Key down means it will press the key. Key up means it will release the key. It will release the key. Okay. You can see that, right? Control key. If I'm pressing control key down. If I want to release that control key up. So the key will be pressed and released. Keyboard key will be pressed and released. Then I'll go here to the next line and say dot path, I will say, so that we can see that with this key press, tab key has been key down and key up means the tab key will be pressed and released, and because of it, the control will come to the login field. In that, here I am passing for, before typing anything, I am passing for 2 seconds just for the sake, and then after that I'll write dot send keys, pass of duration dot, what is happening here? Keys dot tab I have to say. Okay, that's a mistake. Dot send keys. Here in send keys, I'll write down the text, that is password 1 2 3 4 5 is the password. Again, I'll say dot password duration dot off seconds, 2 seconds I'll give. Then dot key down, again keys dot tab key dot key up, keys dot tab key. Okay, keys dot tab key, and say dot pass. It will go to forgotten password. Okay, duration dot off seconds. I'll give 2 seconds here. Now again I'll say dot key down, keys dot, again I have to press keys dot tab key so that it will go to the login button, and then it has to release a key. So key down, key up, keys dot tab key, keys dot tab key, then dot, again I'll pass for duration dot of 2 seconds, of seconds 2, and then I have to press the enter key now because the control will be there on the enter key. So key down, keys dot, this time I'll not press the tab key and release. I'll down the enter key and say dot key up, key up. I'll show you many possibilities in this script. Just be with me. Keys dot enter. Finally, I'll say dot build, dot build, dot build, dot perform. You should not forget about this. Multiple commands are there. Dot build, dot perform. Let's see whatever we are thinking is happening or not. Let's see whatever we are thinking is happening or not. We are simulating the keyboard keys here using the actions class related predefined methods like key down, key up we mainly use. Let's see. It should take us to the login page. It should click on the my account and then click on the login and should take us to the login page. 2 seconds. It will enter the password after 2 seconds. Tab key, it will press forgotten password. After 2 seconds, tab key login. After 2 seconds, it will click on the login button and we got logged in. Clear everyone? How to use key down and key down and key up is clear for you? To press and release the keys, how to use key down and key up is clear for you? Yes, great. Now, keyboard keys demo, I am using key down and key up, right? Instead of using this key down and key up, I'll use a different format here. I'll just comment this out. There's a better way. I'll tell you there is a better way here. What we can do here is we can again say actions is equal to new actions. I'll say driver. It's very easy. Whenever you have to key up and key down and key up, right? Key up and key down and key up immediately. If you want to key down and key up, that means pressing and release the key immediately. In that case, no need to use key down and key up. This, even though it makes the job, it works, but there is a better command for that. We can use actions dot. Same thing, I'll copy paste, guys. Same thing, I'll copy paste and replace the commands. I'll copy paste this one. I don't have to spend a lot of time here. Again, typing. I'll pause for 2 seconds. Here, instead of key down and key up, what I will do? Send the keys, I will type. Dot send the keys. Send the keys of keys dot tab. So I don't have to write multiple commands here. Key down, key up, I don't have to write. Wherever I am using, you see, send keys is not only used for pressing and releasing the key, but also for entering the text. So I have to say it in a reverse way. Send key is not only useful for typing the text into the fields. We can also use send keys for pressing and release the keyboard keys. Okay. From the actions class, send keys method of the actions class can be used like this. And here, again, send keys. Again, I'll use dot send keys. And here again, I'll say keys dot tab. I don't have to write key down, key up. Okay, simply use a single command, send keys, which will do the same thing. Send keys of keys dot tab. Here, I don't have to do key down, key up for enter key. Simply use send keys of keys dot enter. This will work in the same fashion, guys. This will work in the same fashion. This will work in the same fashion. Run this code, right click, run as Java application. Okay, you don't have to use key down, key up. There are some situations where you have to use key down on the top of send keys. Key down, key up may be required in some cases, but this case, immediately when you are key down and key up immediately, then better to go with send keys. Tab key is pressed. This is same thing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Tab key will be pressed. Forgotten password. Tab key will be pressed. Login button. Tab key press. Enter key will be pressed and you'll be logged in. You got the same result. Everyone clear? How to use send keys in place of the key down and key up is clear for you. In this case, just type C in the chat box if it is clear. Just type C in the chat box, guys, if it is clear, like how to use. Immediately, if you want to key down, key up, it's better that you go with send keys. Okay. Immediately, if you want to key down and key up, it's better you go with the send keys. That's the thing I want to mention. Now, you don't exactly need the actions class also. Now, what I'm going to say is you don't need the actions class. Without that also, I can perform this activity. How? Using email address field dot send keys is there. Email address field dot send keys is there. Again, I'll see email address field dot send keys dot send keys of keys dot tab. I'll write directly. I can use like this also. This will also perform the action. Dot will not come. Email address field dot send keys. To what extent we can use send keys, we'll try that. Okay. To what extent we can use send keys, we can try that. So first, I'm entering the text into the email address, pressing tab key. I'll go to the password field where I will enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then how to enter that? You see, this is a problem. We can go to some extent. And we would like to enter password. I think we can enter password from email address field when you press the tab key, right? You are going here, but from here, the send keys command is returning you void. But how can you enter the text into the password field? You can take that. You can take the control into the password field, but here how to go to the password field then? I cannot say email address field dot send keys, right? That's a problem, right? I cannot do that, but few things I can do. What I will do here is email address dot send keys I can do. After that, password field I have to locate. Where is the password field? Password field. Copy. That is driver dot. I'm unable to do it continuously like actions, but to some extent I can use end keys. Y.id. Provide the ID of the password field and put a semicolon. See guys how I am going to solve this problem. I can do this. Password field is equal to create the web element. And now what I'm going to do here is I'll say password field dot send keys. Here without only email address field I used, guys. In this case, I only use email address field, and remaining all will be done by the actions like going to the next tab and entering the password, again going to the forgotten password, going to the enter key, login button, and pressing the enter key on the login button. Everything I take the help of. Only one element I was created, but this time if I have to use the send keys, normal send keys command for pressing the keys, right? I can use normal send keys command not only for typing the text, but also I can use it for typing the pressing and releasing the keyboard keys. But here there is some problem where I have to give the web elements. Okay, I have to create more web elements in this case. But still, I can say password field dot. Simply I'll say send keys dot enter. Keys dot enter. That's it, guys. You don't have to do much. One of the field on the form, you press enter. You see, if you see this particular login functionality, if you select this email field or password field or login button, right? You see a form here. Can you see a form, guys? Guys, can you see a form? Can you see a form? Okay, so what if I do it manually like this? After I enter the email address, after I enter the password into the password field, if I press enter key, what is happening? What is happening when I press the enter key? I don't have to take my control to the login button. Directly it's getting logged in. The password field only I'm clicking on the pressing enter key. You see, I'm giving the email address, I'm giving the password. When my control is there in the password field, I'm pressing enter. You see, logging is happening. That I can simulate, right? That I can simulate by pressing the send keys dot enter command. Okay. So wherever you are on the particular form, you be there on the form, guys. Whether your control is there in the email address field or password, or it is there on the login button, doesn't matter. It's on the form. One of the element on the form, press enter, login will happen. Okay. So the same technique I'm using here. I'm creating the web element for the email address and enter the email address. I created the web element for the password and enter the password. Now using one of the fields, right, that is email address field or password field, I'm using send keys for typing the password, and send keys again I'm using for entering the key. This is another way of achieving this login without the actions class. If you want to log into the application by entering the username and password and just press enter key to submit the form, you can do that. Run the script and observe that what is happening. You see, still login is happening, but we were not simulating the keyboard keys as the way we were doing in earlier sessions. But this is also possible, I mean to say. This is also possible, I mean to say. I'll comment this out. I'll comment this out and put the better part here. That is, I'll enable the better part. This is a better way. Okay, out of all the things, this is a better way, guys. Okay. You create a web element for email address field and use send keys command to. This is the best way. Okay, this is the best way out of all the stuff. The easiest way is this one. With the less lines, you can achieve this one. Or for using actions class, if you want to do, as per the example, you can do this one. You can choose whatever the way that mimics the what is the best way at the end of the thing. What is the best way? Whatever the user does, that is the best way. So user generally does like this, right? User generally don't. Very rare cases where user will enter the email address, enter the password. If you want to automate a login functionality where user will enter the email address password field, and in the password field only user will press enter, that is very rare case that will happen because not many users will know this technique. But most of the people use the keyboard key. Sometimes they will press the tab key and press the enter key. They are habituated to do like this. Okay, this is very rare case, but this is a general case. So, and more than this, people generally use a mouse to click on the login button. So Whatever you mimic, you can mimic, guys. Okay. User actions, whatever that is near to the user actions, you try to mimic and see whether that kind of activities are also working or not in the application. This is one test case in the application. This is another test case in the application, guys. There are two test cases I covered. Okay. First, another test case can be done like this. Another test case can be done like this. Whatever you want. You have to automate all the test cases, right? As part of your automation, you have to automate everything. So this is a way. Clear, everyone? Type C in the chat box if it is clear for you. Guys, if it is clear for you, just type C in the chat box. Great. So key up, key down is done. There are a few more things, guys. There are a few more things I have to explain. So key up and key down, I'll cover the last example, guys. That is key down and key up. These things we'll see tomorrow. Resizing using drag and drop by and jQuery right click menu and send keys pass and click will cover tomorrow. Okay. Send keys pass and click on web element. Send keys. I think I covered this, right? Send keys dot pass dot click. Yeah, we'll try that. Not a problem. Register functionality. There are a lot of things are there here. Yeah, we can do this tomorrow. Send keys pass and click for register. jQuery right click menu. jQuery right click menu. We'll try that tomorrow. And resizing using drag and drop by. We'll try that tomorrow. But for now, let's complete this key down and key up methods. There, I told you, right, there is one situation where you cannot use send keys command for pressing and releasing the keys immediately. We may have to release the key later. In that case, we have to definitely go for key down and key up commands only. Okay, there may be some situations or examples where you have to key down, perform some actions, and thereafter you have to key up, release the key. If you have to immediately down and key up, which command we have to use instead of key down and key up? Immediately you want to key down and key up. Which command is better? Which command is better for pressing and releasing the key immediately instead of key down and key up? Tell me, guys. Which command is better for key down and key up? Instead of writing these two commands, I can take this immediately. If you want to key down and key up, then we have to use key down and key up, or whatever what is the other command that we have to use in place of this? Immediate. Yes, send keys, right, guys? Renuka, Nigora, Kumari. You are right. Kumari, send keys command is the answer, Kumari. Janavi, yes, send keys. Okay, for pressing and releasing the key immediately instead of key down and key up, go for the send keys command as you are giving the answers in the chat box. That's right. But there may be some situations where after you key down, immediately you don't want to key up. In that case, you don't have to go for send keys. First, you want to key down, perform something, then key up. So such kind of example, I gave you an assignment yesterday. If you see, I gave you an assignment yesterday, guys. Here I told you guys to, what is the assignment I gave yesterday? Automate simulation of mouse and keyboard events to open links in new tab. Don't use click command of web element. Instead, using only the methods of actions class. You need to press and hold the control key without releasing the key and then use mouse left click on the link to make this happen. If you are unable to solve this, I'll demonstrate it tomorrow. Hint, use key down and key up methods to press and hold and release the keyboard keys. This was the assignment I gave here that I'm going to show you guys. If you have done the assignment, that's very good that you're able to crack it. But if you have not done the assignment, just focus on this. omaya.blogspot.com. omaya.blogspot.com, I'll say. And in this omaya.blogspot.com, I'll go down. What I want to do simply is I want to press and hold the control key. Click on this compendium dev using left click and then release. Release the control key. Again, I have to press and hold the control key. Key down the control key and then click on this using mouse left click and then release the control key. Again, I have to press and hold the control key. Use mouse left click to click on this. You see what is happening when I press and hold the control click and clicking on the links and releasing the key, what is happening? These links are opening in new tabs. That's a functionality. Manually also you can do control key hold, click on this. You see, it opens in new tab. Control key hold, click on this link, opens in new tab. If I don't hold the control key, and then press on these links one by one. If I press on these links one by one, you see, it is not opening in new tab, right? I have to go back again and click on this link. You see, right? That's what is happening. If you want to open all these links in new tab, what I have to do? I have to press the control key, mouse left click and release the control key. Click and hold the control key, mouse left click and release the control key. Click and hold the control key, mouse left click and release the control key. Click and hold the control key, mouse left click and release the control key. Click and hold the control key, mouse left click and release the control key. So for clicking and holding the control key, we have to use key down. For releasing the control, for mouse left click, we have to use the click command of Selenium. Click on web element of the Selenium to click on that link, mouse left click on that element. And then when you say key up, it will release the control key. Okay, that's what we are going to automate. Everyone clear with what we are trying to automate now? Is it clear what we are trying to automate is clear? This is the last example for today. This is the last example for today. After that, we'll go with the doubts and Nicora's code will go. But for now, this is the last thing for today that I'm going to cover. Here I'm going to say key up and key down real usage demo. Okay, I'll write the code here. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Control Shift O, then say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize, then driver dot get and provide the application page URL. I'll provide this application page URL. And after providing this application page URL, then what I have to do next? Then I have to use actions class. Actions is equal to new actions. Actions is equal to new actions. Okay, Control Shift O, and here pass the driver. And now write down actions dot. I'll say pass here duration dot of seconds, 2 seconds, and simply write down dot. You see, whenever you want to delay something, right? Actions will be very fast. So if you want to delay something, you can use a pass method of the actions class. That also you try to remember. Pass predefined methods from the action class you can use instead of period dot sleep. Okay. So then actions dot what I want to do, guys, key down. Which key I want to key down, press and hold, keys dot control key. Then what I want to do after that, I want to use mouse left click. Here, two things are there. Normal click is there, web element is there. I want to go with click of web element. What is a web element I want to click? I have to create the web element here. I have to create the web element for this link, inspect this link, compendium dev link. Mostly it will be link text, guys. Copy this link text, copy this, create the web element, driver dot find element by dot link text, provide the link text of that, and here this is compendium dev link is equal to over the mouse on this, create the web element. Similarly, create the web elements for other links also. It will be easy for us to do it. So all the things will be link text only. Copy this link text and write down driver dot find element by dot link text by dot link text by dot link text, and provide the link text locator here and say dot the semicolon here and say only testing blog link is equal to create the web element, and here write down the other one, test wisely, inspect that, test wisely, copy this, driver dot find element by dot link text, give that link text link here, link text related test wisely link, test wisely link is equal to create the web element now. This is also done. There are two more links that we have to do. jQuery UI is another link. Copy this, come back here, driver dot find element by dot link text by dot link text, provide the link text, and put a semicolon here. Then say test wisely is equal to, hold the mouse on this, then create local variable, then do something like this. The last element, sorry, it's not test wisely, right? I have to jQuery UI, I have to write jQuery UI, copy this, then write down jQuery UI and jQuery UI link, I'll say is equal to. Then next one is automation tester, the automation tester, automated tester, copy that, write down driver dot find element by dot link text, by dot link text, provide the link text of the automation tester and put a semicolon here and write down the automation tester link is equal to, create the web element. Now it will be very easy for us. So click on what? Click on compendium dev link and then release it. How to release a key down dot, key down of keys dot control. Again, you can say dot pass for duration dot of seconds of 2 seconds. You can write. Then you can do it in a single line, guys. Not a problem. Key down, keys dot control key. Again, press control key. Dot click. This time you have to click on which element? This time you have to click on only testing blog link. When you are holding the control key, you are clicking so that this link will open in new tab. That is a technique. Key down, keys dot control. Key down, key up you have to write, right? It's key up. Yes, correct. Key up I have to write. Sorry for that. Yeah, key up. Right, key up. Then dot. Here I have to say dot pass duration dot of seconds, then 2 seconds, then write down dot key down of keys dot control dot click off which link, test wisely link this time, then dot key up of keys dot control, then write dot pass, then duration dot of seconds, give 2 seconds and write down dot key down, that is keys dot control and say dot click and write down jQuery UI link dot key up, then say keys dot control, then go to dot pass duration dot of seconds, give 2 seconds and here write down dot key down keys dot control. In this case, you cannot use send keys command because key down immediately you are not key up. After performing some operation, you are key up. Here, can send keys command will not be useful. This is the exact case where you have to use key down and key up case. That's why I'm taking this example. So immediately, if you want to key down and key up, then go for send keys. But with some activity in between, if you want to key down and key up, then you have to go with key down and key up command. This is the main advantage of using the key up and key down commands. Okay, then dot, finally you have to say dot build dot perform, okay, run the code and see what is happening. Right click, run as Java application, whether this is working or not. At the end we have to say dot build dot perform. So let's see whether the links are opening in new tab or not. The last one for today, this is the last one today. You see one tab, second tab, after 2 seconds, second tab has been clicked. Now third tab opened in new tab, third link, fourth link, fifth link. Right? We got all this stuff, whether the pages are loading or not, doesn't matter, but we are getting them. Okay. All the links are getting opened in the new tab. So this is what is key down and key up actual usage. If you have to do some activity in between, we generally go with key down and key up. Okay. This is one of the best example where people use key up and key down and key up. Everyone clear with this? Everyone clear with this key down and key up? What exactly is the use case is clear? Okay. So,
So key up is actually for what? Can you repeat?
okay. So what do you want? What is not clear? Can you tell me so that I can explain?
Regarding key up, what is it doing?
So key
I
down means
couldn't see in the
pressing and holding the
link.
key. It is pressing and holding the key, but not releasing. Key up is releasing the key.
Oh, okay.
So there may be some situations where you have to click on one key, click and hold the key, and then perform the activity. For example, another example where you can do that is if you go with this multi-selection box field, right? If you want to select these options, I will press Control key and then without releasing the Control key, I am using my mouse left click to select most of the options, and finally I'll release the Control key. Got it?
Oh, yeah.
So key down for key down and still keep that Control key holding, right? I have to use key down. If key down, right, it will not release the key. But how to release the key after our activity is completed? Key up. Okay? Got it?
Okay.
Key down will press and hold the key. Key up will, whatever the holded key, right, that will be released. But if you use send keys, right, it will immediately key down and key up automatically. But that there is a problem with send keys where what if you want to key down, hold it and perform some action and then release the key? That kind of things are possible with send keys command. Send keys of keys dot control. If I say it will immediately down and up the key. But while you down the key and hold the key, you want to perform some actions. That is possible with send keys then? Yes or no? Tell me.
Here, after performing some action, we are releasing the key.
Yes. That is the reason we have to use key down and key up. If you are
Yeah.
immediately key down and key up, no need to use key up, key down. Instead of that, use send keys command. Okay? Got it?
So why is it coming in the new tab? Like, is it like the link is programmed like that? Or?
No, you see, if you do it manually, forget about automation. If you don't use, if you don't press and hold the control key and click on this link where the link is opening in the same tab, right? But if you want to manually also do the same thing, manually also open this link in new tab. Whenever some people use it as a shortcut, right? You know, for example, this link or this link. Otherwise, this link, if I click on this, it is opening in the same tab, right? But what if I open, as a pro user, I know the techniques to open this link in. If I have to open this link in new tab, what generally people will do if I'm not a pro user, right? Click on this link and say open in new tab. That's what they will do, right? But there is a shortcut for this. Manually only there is a shortcut where you press and hold the control key and click on this using mouse. You see it will open in new tab. That's the technique. To simulate that, we are using this thing. Okay, got it?
Okay, sir. So
Try to
if
do
it
that.
needs to open on the same page, then what do we
Just
have to
directly
do?
click on the left, directly left click on your mouse. It will go on. Okay, in the same tab. But if you want to open that in new tab, sometimes what happens is, let's say, for example, I'll tell you one example. I'm going through this purefox.com website page. Let's assume that. Okay. Now, while going through this, I found some topics interesting. For example, software testing course live project I found interesting. If I click on this, it will open. Maybe it is designed to open a new tab, but generally I'm saying what generally we have to do is I want to see it later. So I'll just control key and click on that. So what will happen? It will open in the new tab. Okay. It will open in the new tab for me. Open in the new tab for me. Like that kind of situations we have to go, or else I'll take you to another website, guys. Not this one. I'll take you to another website. For example, I'll take you to this omaya.blogspot.com or seleniumbyarun.blogspot.com or selenium.dev, let's say otherwise. In selenium.dev, let's say you are going through this home page, let's say you are reading Selenium automation browser, that's it. What do you do with this power is entirely up to you. Primarily, it is for automation web application for testing purpose, but it is certainly not limited to. You have read this, you understood this. Now, you are not interested in this conference. You didn't click on this link. You are not interested in the conference. But when you scroll down, you have seen that in Selenium, there are 3 components. One of the component is Selenium WebDriver, Selenium ID, Selenium Grid. But for now, your focus is where I want to read the entire home page. But I also want to do some R&D on Selenium WebDriver. I want to go through the understand about Selenium WebDriver, Selenium ID, Selenium Grid, which are shared in the other pages. But at this moment, I don't want to go to the next pages. After completing this home page, I want to go. Just to make sure that I don't forget, what I will do, I'll press the control key and click on read more, control key and read more, control key, hold and read more. And then I'll scroll down, I'll complete this page. And I found that, there's something new, Selenium 4.19 got released. Out of all these things, I felt, these updates are there, but yeah, this link is there. I want to read this one also. Whatever important, I'm clicking on that at a go. I don't want more things and all, okay. I think this is enough. I went down and I am good with that. Also very curious, like, is there a YouTube channel for this? I want to open this control key. Press control key and hold it, and then use mouse left click and see here later after this home page is completed, then I want to, go through the individual pages. Go through the individual pages. Got it? The real-time purpose why people use control key. Whenever they are going with something, they want to focus on the page and they want to open something in new tab like this. They want to read it later. So like this, if you directly click this, it will, reload in the same tab. But I still want to have some work on the home page, but I want to read this later. So press and hold the control key and mouse left click, it will open the new tab manually also. The same thing we have automated using Selenium. Now it's clear for you why we have done that. Is it clear for you?
Yes.
Okay, this is one of the use case that people will use in real time. They will key down, press and hold the control key, then they will click on the link so that they can refer to the content in that particular link so that it will open a new tab and they can refer it again later. Okay, so this is one technique people will use, guys. Okay, because when we are learning something, right, lot of new things will keep coming. So we have to open that in new tab and keep that tab open. And once you completed that current focus tab, you can go to the new tabs and read them. Okay. So for otherwise, what will happen? The current tab will get disturbed, where in the current tab only the link page will open. So which again I have to browser back and I'll get deviated in that case. So instead of that, if I have to read this article links later, then I'll go like this. Okay. So hope you
Uh,
got.
Arun, to add on to your point, we can also use this in Selenium automation framework when we try to find the broken links of for a particular place. So suppose here 100 links and we want to check the broken links.
Yes.
So instead of clicking that way, because it will be open in the separate tab, so it will be possible not be possible to move back to the
Yes.
main
Yes.
page every time. So in that
Yes.
way, we
Yes.
can use this technique.
Yes. Yes. Correct. So simple thing is that if you want to open the link in new tab, that is the thing. Okay. You have to press and hold the control key and use a mouse left click to click on the link and then release the keyboard key. Release the whatever the press and hold and release key, right? That control key you just release. That is a shortcut in thing. For example, here I went to this one of the article and 216th issue has come, and in this constant issues after tip, I am not interested in that. Testing flashcards, I'm not interested. I'm going through this. Changing world in life, IT, software testing, artificial intelligence, based on 15 years of experiences. This is what changed over the time, how to react to such changes from psychological point of view. Some article is there. I want to read this later because I want to check what other articles are there. I press and hold the control key and click on this. It will open in new tab. I'll go down. Why it's difficult to teach quality to developers. Okay, I'm not interested in that. Why don't we replace the testers with AI? Okay, this one looks interesting for me. Control and press. Okay, then behind the routine in QA, how we how we automated regression testing, how to stop the flakes before the fly, page object model, how effectively to implement that. I'm interested in that. Control key, I pressed and hold it and then clicked on that and release the control key. If you keep that holding right, the mouse cursor will still have that control activity going on. So it's better to release after the activity is done. Okay, it's better to release. Will it automate accessible testing? I'm interested. Control key. I pressed it. Automating testing with GitHub Actions, continuous integration part 1, comprehensive guides to test REST APIs, best practice tools, playwright with Allure report. I'm interested. Press and hold the control key. Left click and release the control key. Okay. Think slowly when you are testing and think slowly when you are automating. Amazon SDET unveils career growth tips. I'm interested. Okay. API challenges, a practice API application with API testing tutorial. Okay, like that. Few things are interesting in this software testing weekly. Now I can go through all the articles one by one, which I have opened in the new tab. Okay. Like Ashish said, there will be some broken links. How to find the different broken links also we can find. Okay, how to find the different broken links also we can find. Okay, with the help of this technique. That is one of the advantage that we get by opening the links in new tab and finding that whether these links are broken links or not. Let's find it out later. How to do that automation of the broken links, we'll do it later because a lot of things are there. R&D part, some R&D part will move to the end. Okay. So everyone clear? Now clear with this code, why we are key down and then performing the action and key up is clear for everyone. Just type C in the chat box. If it is not clear yet, you can ask me the questions. We are not using send case here because in between key down and key up, we have to perform an action. In send case, after key down and key up, we have to perform the action. So if you want to perform some activity by pressing and holding the key, and after performing the activity, if you want to release the key, you have to use key down and key up. Okay. Everyone clear so far? Everyone clear so far? Just type C in the chat box. Any questions, any doubts before? Yeah, any questions, any doubts? So we'll go to this WhatsApp group. Meanwhile, same time, I'll go to the WhatsApp group. It's clear for everyone, looks like. Very interesting topic, guys. Okay. Okay, someone new has joined. Great. Great, great. Thanks for that. On behalf of me, you guys are helping the people. That's very great. Okay. So fine, let's move on to the code that is posted by Nigora and let's try to understand what she has done. Double click demo, WebDriver, open the Chrome browser, then open the application URL, then maximize the browser, that's okay. Then web element input field, you have to copy paste, right? Copy paste for that input field dot send keys, pivot. So into the input field, you are entering the pivot. Here name search. Into the search box field, you are entering the pivot, red dot sleep, web element, yes, driver dot find element, normalize, that's okay. Not consider the spaces, that's great. Contains normalize space Intel Core Duo processor. Actions is called new actions. Actions dot double click processor text dot build dot perform. Okay, processor text dot build dot perform. Then actions dot pass duration dot off seconds key down. Keys command dot send keys. Okay, key down. Keys command dot send keys C.
On
Dot
Mac it keys command and on Windows it control.
controls. Okay.
Yeah.
Here control, right?
Yeah, I wrote on the top. On a
Okay.
Mac laptop you would use
Okay.
here.
You have to use command in the Mac and in Windows you have to use control. Correct. Keys controls and control C you are doing. Okay.
Yeah, and also we can combine this action, double click, processor text, and we remove build perform, and next line we can combine these two lines.
Okay.
Like actions, double click, and
Mm.
pause, key down, like that.
So in the same field only you are copy pasting basically, right? Simple. You are entering some text, copying that text and clearing that text and pasting it, right? Something like
Yes,
that.
before, yeah, it didn't
Before
work
text you are
before.
clearing whatever pivot
Yeah.
text you are doing that, right? That you are clearing that first, and whatever the links that you copied that you are pasting here, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yes. We'll try that out. No problem. Meanwhile, if anyone have any questions, you can ask me, guys. This will keep going.
So these custom XPaths, right? You create. Where
Yes,
can I
yes.
find that tutorial?
Okay,
I
you
mean,
joined in
was it
between?
covered earlier?
You joined in between?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I've covered it earlier, Blessing. Okay. That is where can you find that is okay, maybe I'll do one thing. I'll give you this YouTube channel link otherwise so that you can cover.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Spark. Anything on Xpath, I didn't cover that here. Basic elements. But update this guys. Okay, I'll go to my YouTube channel, give you the link so that you can learn from there in depth. If you go with my sessions, right, it will take a lot of time. Maybe, yeah, anyhow, you are joining my evening batch also, 8 p.m. IST. Blessing. Like if
Yes. Yes.
yes, then in that it will be covered again for you. But meanwhile, you go with this, okay? Your box, XPath, and right, and then yeah, there will be some detailed session on that. That's it. Path and CSS selectors. Yeah, this one, full course, XPath expression, CSS. It is a 4 hours video. If you want to watch, you can watch in your free time. Okay. I'm just posting in the chat box. You can take it from there if you want. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Here also I'll post. Learn XPath and CSS selectors in depth. Yeah. Okay. This is the link. I'm also posting in the WhatsApp group. If you want to take it from there also.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. So, but it will be covered in the 8 p.m. IST batch. Don't worry. Okay. If you are following also. Okay, then.
Okay.
Next thing is I am writing the code what Nigora has written. Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Any questions you can ask me, guys, meanwhile. Chrome driver. While I take this code, you can ask me the questions, no problems. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get. I'll provide the application URL. What is that application URL? tutorialsninja.com/demo application URL. tutorialsninja.com/demo. Copy this URL. Come back here and paste it here. And after that, Nigora, you are typing some text into the search box field, right? Next activity that you are doing.
Yes,
Right?
because yes, before when the code didn't work for me on that time to see, then where the mouse is located, it why I typed before, and after I cleared, so I
Okay.
can see the yeah.
Okay, okay, fine. Let me see your code again. Yeah. Yeah, you use you can directly use the name locator, Nigora.
Yeah.
XPath is also fine, but name locator is there now. It will be looking very simple and sweet. Okay, so inspect that. So name locator is there. Copy this name locator and write down. That is also right, but this is also right. Even both will do the same thing anyhow. Just code readability will be more in this, but yeah, that's also fine. Search box field. Search box field is equal to for the mouse. Create local variable. Search box field dot click. Sorry, dot send keys. Dot send keys I'll use, and here I'll give whatever the Nigora has given. What Nigora what you have given pivot private.
Привет.
Private.
Привет. Yeah.
Private. Okay, done. Fine. So press semicolon, and here you added some thread dot sleep. No need to add any thread dot sleep. I don't think that is required. And where is this Intel Core Duo processor on the page?
This execution was so fast, it why I added thread.sleep.
Okay. Just
So we
for
can see, yeah.
demonstration
Yeah.
purpose, you added in that
Yes,
case.
yes.
Yes, I'll also add then demo purpose. Okay, thread dot sleep. 2000 milliseconds is fine for demo.
Yes, yes.
Okay. For demo purpose, we are adding thread.slip. That's okay. And then what next? Where is that Intel Core Duo? This one, right? This one you are taking.
Yes.
How did you take that? Find element. You are finding the element and click processor text. You are only that particular text you are doing, right? Okay.
Yes.
So
I
let
double
me-
click.
Yeah, understood. Let's see. If you want to get only this portion of the text, then you are doing that maybe. So copy this text, what is happening, let me see. Ctrl F. So you said /P, right? /P contains
Normalize space.
normalize -space is equal to or comma.
Comma.
Normalize, yeah, comma. Instead of text function, you are using
That's it. Yeah.
normalize
instead-
space, simple.
Mhm.
Yeah, and comma. And comma, you have to give that particular text. Close the normalize that's contains and close this. It's locating this paragraph tag only, and you're double clicking on that. It's locating the
When
entire
I double click, it clicked on processor word.
only processor word it. This processor word it will copy actually, no matter what you do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Copy that. Whatever it may be, whatever you write here, it will copy that processor word because it's
In the middle.
okay. But what if I double click here and if I triple click, you see, if I triple click, the entire text will be selected. Okay. If I double click only processor, if I triple click, is there any way to triple click in Selenium?
Can we do double click and click?
Okay. Let's find it out. We can single click and double click using actions class commands. Actions class commands in Selenium automation. But is there any way to triple click? Triple click. Triple click. See, you will understand, I think so.
Aaron,
Triple click, yeah. Yeah.
I
Tell me.
checked already. We can do after double click, one more click.
One more
And
click
it will
will do
select,
that.
yes. Double click and after click.
Yeah, all 3 times click. That is also fine.
No, first we can write the like a double click.
Yeah,
Double click on source element and again click.
Yes. Either we can
And
do that or we can also use three click commands also, maybe possible.
Yeah.
But we'll try all the things. Don't worry. So actions. What is the web element we created? First of all, we created the web element for this. Somehow you created the web element for that in that way. I'll also use the same way for now. No matter we are actually locating that element. Okay, this particular element we are locating. So I would like to triple click so that all the text will be copied from this. From Intel Core to 2.1 dot should be copied. So I'll copy this XPath expression and here create driver dot find element by dot XPath, provide the XPath expression of that entire element and close it. Provide the XPath expression, put a semicolon here. This is which element? This is MacBook text. Okay. Hold the mouse on this and create. I want to do triple click. So for that, there are the ways like actions is equal to one of the ways like we can use something like this new actions. of driver, the semicolon here, Control Shift O, then actions dot double click of web element, and then say dot. This is what you are writing, right? You got that's
Yes.
what you're saying.
Yes.
Dot build dot perform. Dot build dot perform.
We can add a pause also.
You want me to add pass here?
Pause, yeah. And the second line, we can add the second line also. Everything we can put in one line. So in my code, it was divided on two parts, like a double click, will perform. And after keys down, this, can you look on my code?
Why
can
you
see.
want to key down? Okay, you want to copy paste.
Yeah, copy and paste.
Copy and paste for that purpose, right? After
Mhm.
that, we'll do pass, and then we'll write down dot key down. Key down. We have to say keys dot
Keys, control.
control. Yes, control key dot
Send keys.
keys dot send keys. This is another way, right? Send keys.
Send keys. C.
Send
C.
keys directly.
C.
See,
Mm-hmm.
this will be enough, no? Dot
Yes,
send.
and after keys up, dot.
Okay. Control C.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Keys up.
yeah, I understood what you are saying. Control C. After that, you want to say dot key up.
Mm-hmm.
Key up the same thing, or control key have
Yes,
to
key
release,
up.
right?
Keys control. Yes. Keys
Can
control.
only control key you have holded, so
Yes.
okay. Then
And
fine.
build perform.
Control C will be there, and then build perform.
Mm-hmm.
This will copy the selected text, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And after we move to input field.
Yes. After that, we'll go to the whatever the input field is there. Search box field.
Mm-hmm.
Dot clear, you will say, right here.
Yes.
Clear, so that you can clear the previous private text in the clear. It will be clear, and whatever the text that we copied should be copied there. Now again, we have to use actions dot
click.
directly click on
Click.
click on the web element, that is search box field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then after clicking on the search box field, what you are doing?
I added pause.
Pass you added.
Mm-hmm.
Pass duration dot
3
of
seconds.
seconds, then 2 seconds, then dot
And after key down.
key down. Here control V you will do, right?
Keys, yes, keys
Keys
control.
dot control dot send keys dot
V.
V you will say. Lowercase we used or uppercase,
Yes,
anything will work fine, right?
lower, yes.
Then key up,
Mm-hmm.
then keys dot control.
Build
Okay.
perform and build perform.
And dot build dot perf. Now let's run the
Perform.
script and see.
Yes,
Yeah.
and also thread dot sleep, because it will be so fast. So we can see at the end also thread dot sleep, so we can see.
Yeah, I'm not pitting the browser, so no problem. I think so. It will be there.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. First, it will type privet into that send keys command, search box field. After that, it will triple click on that text and copy the entire text this time. Let's see. Yeah, it copied. It will Control C and Control V the text. Yeah, it's working fine. Powered by Intel. So all the things are coming, right? Intel Core 2, dual powered by AP, everything. Triple click also, we tried this. Okay, this is working fine. And maybe this is the easiest way, I think so. But I can also do click off, click, click, click 3 times you can use. Instead of this, I think we'll try this one also. dot click, whether it is working or not, just for the sake I'm doing. Will it also use the triple click or not? Let's try that out. Okay. Instead of double click and click, can we use click, click, click? Okay. Click of element and double click, click. Will it also work in the same fashion or not? I want to check. Wait, copy. Yeah, it's working still. Okay. Either you can use double click and click, or you can use dot click, dot click, dot click. Anything is fine. But if you want to reduce the line, double click is more better. Right? Extra click is not required here. Okay, fine. So only 2 comments you can use in that case. If you want 3 comments, you can use 3 click comments also. So I think we are good, right, Nigora? This is what we wanted to solve. I think we solved it.
Yes.
Great. Yeah, any other questions, guys? Any other questions? So we have some left out things that we'll cover in the next session. That is here. Whatever that is there here, that is resizing, jQuery right click menu, and these 3 activities we'll do tomorrow. Mostly tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. So Friday we'll complete these actions and we'll go to the next topic. Maybe table or calendar may be there coming next. We'll see that. Okay. So fine. Any questions you can ask me meanwhile, guys? Any questions you guys have, you can ask me meanwhile while I'll be posting the notes and all. The notes will be same, mouse and keyboard events for today. And coming back to that in the batch one I'm posting. Today's code, where is the today's code? Yesterday only one thing was there. Today I have to write multiple things. So I'll go to the location and upload the code now and then share you the code. Meanwhile, anyone have any questions, you can ask me while I'm doing all this stuff. You can ask me, no problem. I'll give you an assignment, guys, which will be interesting to do. Try that assignment. Today, where we started, guys, click and hold, right? We started with whatever it is, I'll write down here. Today's code 1. Then come back here, go back. 1 minute, 1 minute. Double click demo. Copy this. Today's code 2. Center, then And next one is drag and drop demo. Today's code 3. Then key up and key down, real usage demo. Today's code 4. Then today's code 5. Then today's code 6. Done. Okay. This is the thing that we have done is today. A lot of work we have done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. Good. Okay. So then what next? Assignment I have to give. I'll give one assignment, guys. Assignment. That is open links, all links on this particular application known as Internet Heroku application will be there here. There's an application known as Internet Heroku app. Go to this app, go to this page and open all these links in new tab. Whatever the hyperlinks are there from top to bottom on this page, you have to open them in new tab. Even this elemental Selenium also. Open all the links on in new tab. New tab by using key down and key up methods of actions class. Okay. Key down and key up methods of actions class is something you have to do today. Okay. This is what is assignment, guys. Nothing more than this. Okay. And I'll be uploading the recording in some time. Okay. So any questions, any doubts, guys? Final call. Any questions, any doubts? Yeah, sure, Ashish. You can be there in the meeting. We can discuss. Yeah, anyone else? If you don't have any questions, just type no in the chat box so that you guys can type no and leave the meeting. I think, yeah. Okay, guys. So fine, no more questions. Stopping here. Welcome, Nigora.